Welcome everyone to Lubbock, Texas, and Jones AT&T Stadium, home to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And this crowd, as always, will be rowdy because they've been gearing up since early this morning. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas Tech's offense will start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
The Red Raiders moving quickly to the line. Wide receiver shows motion.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's ETN.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, that's just kind of frustrating for an offense. You move the ball all the way down the field. You got an opportunity on third down, and you can't protect your quarterback. He can get the sack, and now it's probably field goal time if you make a field goal.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Kansas State's offense headed onto the field. Now a first look at them today. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, it's so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Might as well stick with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Grimes. Picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks in the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He makes a grab. They will score. Touchdown, Red Raiders. When you're handed a break with unbelievable... like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's caught downfield. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on 3rd down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time, and obviously executed.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some power.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
To the ground to try to move the chain. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. Kansas State quick to the line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the offense about to dial up its 10th play of this drive. Back to throw, it's Grimes. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On second down, looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
One final play before the end of the quarter. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Intercepted. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. That's the end of the quarter, and Texas Tech is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And the Red Raiders headed quickly to the line.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making...
Nothing but green ahead at the 20. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The give to the tailback. Got enough space. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. UConn has the lead right now. Husky hysteria has been palpable all week across the state, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 7 over Purdue. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Ready to fire from the pistol. Running back searching for a hole. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On third down, he drops the throw. Working the middle, it's complete. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. Looking downfield, it's Grimes. Quickly complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That's caught. It's Flawletta. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory?
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Back to the air one more time. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Kansas State! What a catch and run for 6. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Kansas State.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Trying to pound it in. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas Tech, 17. Kansas State, 6.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Looking to throw, it's Willihan. Got his man quickly.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior. The Red Raiders want to move quickly. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got him downfield. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Got it in the middle, it's Etienne. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. The offense set for a first down play. Looking to move it through the air. hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the hit on the quarterback is why that was incomplete, but that QB is lucky that was not picked off. That is the cardinal sin, throwing back across your body. This quarterback needs to be more careful moving forward.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They're working that left side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day, this one from 23. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
He finds his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Touch pass on the run. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. To the air, it's Grimes. Complete downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. He's looking to throw it. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock.
It's now 2nd and goal to go.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Kansas State, number 34, with the carry.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. From the gun. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Texas Tech, 20. Kansas State, 12.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Coming out with it, it's Valdez. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. No surprise. Looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Lubbock. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Jones AT&T Stadium.
And the Red Raiders will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here after the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
They go right back to him. Shakes off the defender.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season. They have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Grimes. Finds his back in the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And how about that on 3rd down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, you know, going into this matchup that they had to stop. 3rd down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He's looking to throw. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Comes out throwing on first down. He's right on target. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Red Raiders want to crank the tempo.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up.
Going to take a shot at this DB. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. He wants to throw it again. Gets it out fast. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Now adjusting. He'll pull it down. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the air, it's Woolihan. Working that left side now. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They'll snap it from the 28, in field goal range, but it's third and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. Splits the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Miami has the lead right now, but this Canes crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet there in the 305. They're up by 4 over Pittsburgh. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A first down for the offense. The give to the left. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere, it's a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. And you know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. These guys really need to do a better job. The football.
Offense getting set. timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. They'll run this play from the pistol. The hand to the running back. Tackle is made after the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. First down to start the drive after the break. The give out of the gun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The RPO, it's complete. Tackled immediately after the catch. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling. From the gun, the running back has it. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he's almost to that first down marker. They're saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. That ought to be enough to give Kansas State the first down.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop, and you better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Grimes. Using the quick game.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get into your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he'll let it fly. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Kansas State.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth.
27, Texas Tech. 23.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Take this one away.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Etienne. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. He wants to throw. Looking to buy time. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
You know, for this quarterback late in the game, you just need to have a better concept of the situation. Can't take sacks at this juncture. And I know that the play gets thrown off, the timing's off, and you're forced to roll out. But if nobody's open, either run the ball, get what you can, get out of bounds, or throw that thing away. Can't take negative plays at this point.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback extends the play. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Gotta have it here on 4th down. He wants a big play here late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. So that defense keeps the lead right where it is and a chance to build on it, David.
Yeah, the defense did a great job. Now, the offense, you know what you're going to get from this defense. They have to be aggressive. They're trying to get the football back later in the game, Jesse.
Because they're going to be so aggressive too, David, you know on offense now, you have a chance to break one maybe. In the run game, we're finding a one-on-one matchup in the passing game to really pad the lead.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up to the passing game.
They'll give it to the back. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Kansas State knows the clock's on its side. Quarterback will audible. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal.
2nd and goal for this offense. Marches ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin, great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Valdez. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
And you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Willihan. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Hey, man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he sees it, and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack him.
Lets it fly. He's got it. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Any chance to make this happen. We had to score. There's a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. 16 seconds left, and to pull off the comeback, they'll have to get the onside kick. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Down, here comes this offense. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Grimes. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the defense defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. The defense finally came up with a play.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Final pass falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.